John Sanders welcome you to today's webinar, Receive EQP Pricing from Promo Suppliers. I almost just titled it, How to Get Better Pricing for Suppliers. It's a big topic in the industry right now, and I want to try and clarify some positions on it and tell you how to navigate through what has become something of a real bugaboo in the industry. But first, I want everyone to look at the great suppliers that are shown on the screen. Every one of these suppliers I have used or have accounts with, and I would stand up for them in any situation. If you will place orders with them, you will just never have any problems. Edwards is great in wearables, logo mats for mats, Showdown for displays, etc. But I've got a new sponsor of this webinar, SafetyGreenShirts.com. I'd like for you to look at that cute logo down there at the bottom left. There's a green shirt, a yellow shirt, maybe a purple shirt, an orange shirt. But Steve, who owns that company, helps people with safety programs and teaches them about how Safety Green Shirts will help anyone who needs to sell a safety program, etc. And it's very easy why large distributors receive lower pricing. The answer is real simple, because they place hundreds of orders. And if you'll look at the customer service people there, only mega distributors have that many service reps. I have done real well in this industry, but I never had that many sales reps. So that's the reason that they're able to get really good pricing, because they place a lot of orders with suppliers. And it's the same thing you should do. Selling more orders is the way to get better pricing, not beating suppliers up and trying to force them to give it to you. You need to earn it. I mean, that's just the way I think about it. And like Showdown, which is on the screen right now, that's an absolutely wonderful supplier, but they're not going to let you beat them up on pricing. But what they're going to do is they're going to give you the best product in the industry, and they'll give you just excellent customer service. That's what I'm looking for. And that coupon there is good for 5% off your next Showdown order. And the way to sell more orders is with the correct selling setup. That means you have a way that you do things. You never deviate from it, and you always do it the same. Number one is to anticipate feedback. You need to be prepared for objections concerning price, features, delivery dates, etc. You need to include case studies. Southern Plus is a great supplier that I help, and they have some really neat case studies on their website that you can use to send to your clients to show them how past programs have worked for you. You need to pay attention. Don't be messing with your cell phone or thinking about what you're going to do over the weekend, etc. Look at the prospect or your customer right in the eye and pay attention to what they're saying. And that way you'll be able to provide value. You'll know what objections they might have or what their bugaboo is. And if you listen, you'll be able to prove value. That means why they should purchase from you. And then you must follow up, and you must do it in an appropriate way, by email, by text, or by a phone call, or by personal visit. A lot of distributors, they get all set up, they're doing great, but their follow-up is just not worth a darn, and that's where they lose their orders. I've got two great coupons on the screen right now, one from Trainer. That's where I buy my cups and napkins and my hospitality products, and Berlekamp, an absolutely wonderful supplier owned by Ken Berlekamp. They've been in business since the 1920s, and there's a free money coupon that you can use for motorcycle kickstand pads. And that's just a great coupon to use if you're selling the biker market. Now, Distributor Central is a huge part of my webinars. Alex Garcia is who I work with at Distributor Central. I've known them for more than 20 years. I think they're the premier web servicing company in the industry as far as being able to provide company stores, order entry programs. They have excellent product search capabilities. They are really good at pop-up stores, dedicated sites like sites for fast delivery, sites for American-made products. Back a couple of years ago, there were a lot of COVID sites, promote healthy habit sites. Distributor Central is excellent to work with. You can email agarcia@distributorcentral.com, and Alex will be more than happy to do a demo for you. I use them as for these services that I just spoke to you about, and I think they are the best in the business. Now, EQP pricing started by suppliers who kept their heads in the sand, and new ones entering the industry with zero knowledge. It's like the man there with his head in the sand. He was an old line supplier that just didn't change. They didn't keep up with things, and they just went down the drain. But several of the suppliers, instead of trying to go down the drain, they just cut their pricing. They were not good at what they did, and they just cut their pricing down, trying to get people to buy from them. Didn't really work out. If the supplier does not know how to sell his products, how to promote it right, wouldn't be one that I would buy from. But one that I would buy from would be Quickie. Quickie's not going to give you lower pricing than everybody else. One thing Quickie's going to do is they're going to give you the best customer service that I know of, and all their products are American made in Ohio. And you're looking at the little coin patches there for Hertz and Johnny Rockets. Quickie invented those, I believe, in 1947. Could be 1946, but that's pretty close. And Quickie has been in business a long time, but they updated themselves by turning those Quickoins into being printed in neon colors, neon product colors, and that made young people love them to keep camera cards, medications in instead of coins, which they can be used for that. Quickie kept itself going with innovative ideas. The same way with their key tags, their luggage tags, their magnets, they made them very attractive. So Quickie, that's not where you go to get cheap. The Quickie is where you go to get the best. I've always maintained standards because that's created lower pricing for me. My standards have caused me to sell a lot more orders than many distributors, and because I have them, I operate in a certain way on every order, no matter who or what it is. New customers, old customers, etc. What are your standards? A lot of distributors don't have any at all. We have a professional brand presence that we change on a frequent basis. We maintain a very strong belief system. I'm never intimidated by customers. I don't let them push me around. They pay me, and I do what they pay me to do for them. One of the things they don't pay me is to intimidate me. I walk away from bad orders. Sometimes I'll just tell people, you need to go buy from somebody else. You're just too hard to deal with. I eliminate bad customers. Those could be slow payers, and I sell only for strong suppliers like Burleycamp, who I talked to you about. They do plaques as well as kickstand pads, and Edwards. I love Edwards for wearables. There's an offer on the screen right there for a free men or ladies woven shirt. All you have to do is email Brett Guerin, and tell him you want that shirt, and he will take care of that sample being sent to you quickly. Program selling from Edwards creates reorders and drives down prices substantially. Most distributors avoid selling programs because they don't have the skills to do so. They just don't know how to do it. It's just about that easy. So the market is open on this because there are many distributors that I would say 80% of distributors have never sold a uniform program. I was not very good at selling them when I started, but I lost a lot of business from customers that I sold other promo items to, but I never even went to the buyer of uniforms, such as the Dallas Zoo. I used to do the volunteer program for the Dallas Zoo, but I never called on the department head who bought the zoo uniforms. For 13 years, I did that business. I probably did, I don't know, $1 million for the Dallas Zoo over 13 years, but I never sold them $1 in uniforms. And Brett Guerin can teach you how to not be like me. He will tell you about where to call on people who buy uniforms, like chefs, housekeepers, companies that have them need uniforms for those workers. Healthcare, all healthcare facilities have uniforms. Security companies, casinos, trucking, transportation companies, automotive groups, banks, and university departments. This is an endless category to sell, and Edwards is who I would recommend that you use for those programs. Edwards is really good at predicting future trends. Never sell the past. We live too much in the past. We need to live for the future. Edwards will help you do that in selling corporate apparel, not only to uniform buyers, but for slick companies that need items, even for their tech-savvy customers. And Edwards keeps up with the trends. Just like I'm showing you the lightweight jacket on the screen right now, made out of recycled polyester blend. That's an eco-friendly product. You have customers that have eco products or into that stuff. That's a wearable that you can show them that they will know that you care about eco issues. Edwards stays ahead of the game. They also offer services like in-house decoration. They have no minimums on embroidery. They do heat sealing, heat transfers. They do free pant hemming. I know a lot of people have never sold any pants, But Edwards is a huge business in pants and shorts, and their kiting services are very good for large uniform buyers. And Edwards can manufacture any garment you want with their Edwards X program. That means they do custom wearables. They can make anything you want to make as long as you buy many of them, buy enough of them, and you have the lead time to do something to do that. And big uniform buyers or big corporate buyers understand that things take time. Edwards has a perfect sewing service. So I just can't say enough good things about them. Brett Guerin is my friend. He was just named head of marketing or head of sales for Edwards. You can get a brief product services overview from him, B. Guerin, at edwardsgarment.com. 20 minutes to be the best spent time that you have ever experienced as far as helping you make money. And I sell orders everywhere I do business. A lot of distributors don't do that. They give people money, like they have a dry cleaner they go to, they have a vet they go to, the restaurants they go to, realtors they use. They might pay $25,000 for a realtor to sell their house, but they don't even ask the realtor if they need move-in gifts for their customers. If you pay an exterminator, hit them up for uniforms or hit them up for a gift for the homeowners that they're servicing. Coffee bar you go to, maybe they need seed paper coffee wraps. The accountant you use, maybe he needs a nice holiday gift for his customers. Start selling where you do business. And Spring Water is a product that any customer that you call on can buy. I always pitch Alexa Springs because they're the best tasting water in the industry. Brian at alexasprings.com if you'd like to have samples. And just a little bit, I'm going to tell you why their water is so much better. Every place you spend money can be a bottled water buyer. And I qualify quickly and effectively. A big mistake distributors make is by selling inferior prospects. That means they're people that I would never do business with. They do it the wrong way because they accommodate people that are bad communicators, people that can't make a decision they fool with, pitch them, they're not even the buyer. Anyone requiring bids, I don't bid. I give prices. I don't do state bids. I don't do big bids because there's no money to be made. And a lot of those big bidders, they slow pay you. I don't like idea stealers. Somebody calls me out, most ideas, and they shot me out. I don't like excessive sample requesters, people that are cheap, they don't want to pay for the freight, and they sample you to death and they don't buy anything. Are these buyers or lookers, in your opinion, in this deli right here? Well, if you're those deli owners, I would have qualified them quickly. Is the man there tasting cheese? Is that the 30th cheese he's tasted just because he's walked in off the street? Is the lady with him? Is she talking about meats? Are they just in there wasting time and eating free? Or are they a couple trying to schedule a wedding rehearsal dinner or parties for their wedding? If they are, I'm going to sit there all day with them and give them samples. But if they're not buyers and they are lookers, they're just like these people at the cheese place. You got to determine that quickly. And if they're not buyers, eliminate them and move on. Many distributors do not know why some products are cheaper than others. Well, it's obviously because of the quality. They lose orders because they think, oh, so-and-so got a better price on the umbrellas. Well, umbrellas are cheap for one reason. They're not any good. So are you selling blowback umbrellas? Well, that little cartoon character there wouldn't want to be out in the rain with that umbrella. You know, umbrellas have more than 70 working parts. So if a customer has, you know, they found umbrellas cheaper, ask them, you know, do you know umbrellas have 70 working parts? Do you know that inexpensive versions use steel ribs, spreaders, and hinge point, and they break so easily, and cheap umbrellas blow back like that one. Golf umbrellas must have fiberglass or wood shafts to be considered golf umbrellas. Metal shaft, cheap ones, if you're out on a golf course and the lightning hits you, bam, you're dead. It'll kill you. Low quality umbrella suppliers use inferior parts. That's why they're cheaper. Get an umbrella sample from Southern Plus at order entry at southernplus.com. Besides umbrellas, every product you sell has a product difference. Don't let people shine you around and lose your orders because you don't have product knowledge. Just like selling badge retractors. Are you selling defective versions of bad retractors? They're not all the same. There's probably 50 suppliers in this industry that have retractors. only about 4 or 5 of them I would even sell for, because they don't do quality checks on their retractors. The best in the industry that I know are from Innovation Line, because theirs are guaranteed to work for 100,000 pulls. You have a customer who claims they get cheaper ones, ask them, how many pulls does that product you're buying produce? They're going to say they don't know. Well, they don't know because they don't know there's a difference. Whenever you're beating on badge retractors or any other product, ask the questions that I've advised you to ask. You can request samples from Chris at innovation-line.com. Be happy to send you a sample kit of badge retractors from Innovation Line. These product differences, knowing them is what separates you from cheap sellers. Now let's talk about selling safety programs. A lot of distributors don't do that because obviously they don't know the value of selling them. Contractors must purchase yellow protective gear and other fluorescent products to make job sites safer. And one of my new sponsors of these webinars is Safety Green Shirts, safetygreenshirts.com. Steve Rothman owns that supplier. He knows about safety programs. He knows about safety shirts. LH Lacey was a construction company, still here is in Dallas. They called me, oh, it was maybe 20 years ago, and they wanted to cut their workman's compensation premiums. So all big construction companies play a big flat payment up front based on how many accidents they had the year before. Lacey paid $335,000 up front. They thought that was too much. So they called me and said, Don, can you do us a safety program that will give our workers the incentive not to be injured so much? I said, sure. So I designed a safety program for them. Workers worked one pay period, 2 weeks, they got a coupon. They worked another 2 weeks, another coupon. These came in their paychecks. Then they could collect the coupons, and after they had a certain number, they could turn them in for different gift items, shirts, hats, jackets, coolers, everything in the world that these workers wanted. And Lacey had 90% Hispanic workers, and probably only half of them spoke English. So the colors I used were purple, yellow, orange, and red in all my safety items. They love those colors, and during that the year that I did that, I charged Lacey $65,000 to do the program, including the merchandise. They got a refund of $110,000 from the insurance company, netting them a savings of $45,000. I then took copies of that refund check. I asked my contact, who are your competitors? He gave me the name of the 10 largest construction companies in Dallas he knew. I made copies of Lacey's check. I took it to every one, wrote them a note, and said, can I help you save money like I did LH Lacey? Of the 10, I sold 4 of them. SafetyGreenShirts.com, they would be a big part of any safety selling program. And SafetyGreenShirts.com, they have high visibility reflective products like safety vests in many different colors. There's a flyer for them on the right showing where you can get a dozen of these safety shirts for $240 on an A. If you'll email Steve Rothman, printablelogos@gmail.com, he can talk to you about safety programs, send you a sample of one of these shirts, and get you going. Safety programs are going to be huge going forward. And if you haven't been selling them, every one of your customers in manufacturing, construction, can be a client or a prospect for these programs. Don't miss that opportunity. I always signal customers. I find all kinds of different apps and different ways to reach out to people. Signal is one that I've come upon. It's a platform centralized with instant messaging services. I found that 13 of my current clients were on Signal, and I sent the Happy Thanksgiving and the Ho-Ho Santa greetings out to them last year. And of the 13, 10 replied back and wished me the same. This is just a great way to stay in touch with people and have more opportunities to let them know about you. There's Trainer again, and there's Edwards with the fine long sleeve shirt sample offer that you really should take advantage of. And competing with cheaper sellers, a lot of people just say, oh, Don, I want the lowest price I can get, or whatever it is. Well, the way to do that in a dignified way is to call David Blaze, my friend. He's involved with smarteqp.com. Of all these programs, I think it is the best in the industry. I'm going to talk a little bit more about David going forward, but I have known him forever and he will always treat you right. Now on Facebook, I have about 1,300 Facebook friends. At least 60% of them are customers of mine. I post product things and product ideas, videos all the time, along with my personal photos. But here's one that I posted about the dirty facts. Logomats is a great supplier. I talk about them in every one of these webinars. I posted these dirty facts on my Facebook, and Robert Gossett, who runs Grand Bank, saw that and said, Don, we didn't know that mats did all these things. We've been using this cheap mat rental program. These mats are dirty and nasty. I went and showed him the Super Scraper, which is on the screen right there for Grand Bank. I did a mock-up for him. I sold them 12 of those immediately. I made $100 a mat, 1,200 bucks. They ended up buying 40 more. M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com. If you want to know about mats, get a free sample, and there's a 5% off an order coupon on the screen for Logomats to get you going. And speaking about social media, I know Greg Blumstein, he's a distributor just like I am. He owns Promo Social Post, a marketing agency for distributors is what he calls it. What he does is he does social media for you. He posts several times a week, newsletters, product videos, different ideas that he creates with your logo on it. You can give him your email addresses of your customers. He will do all the mailing for you. And don't be freaky about how he's going to steal your customers. He's not. Just like me, I'm not going to steal your customers. I'm not that way. But he can help you be a social media expert. There's a picture of Greg, and there's a free offer for 1 month worth of service. Greg at promosocialpost.com. Doesn't cost you anything to try it out. Greg is a distributor. He does newsletters. He does what I've told you. He is a great guy. I pitch him, and the people from the webinars that have taken advantage of him have emailed me and say, Don, it's one of the best services I have ever had in my life. Now let's talk about selling big recovering markets. With the market coming back, things are going to get going good again. And with parades, events, outdoor events, trade shows, Showdown has everything you would need to sell these markets. Kevin Walsh is the CEO or runs Showdown. I've known him forever. He is a stand-up guy. They are the finest display supplier in the industry, bar none. And every day I look at their website, I find out they have products I didn't even know they have. They have blankets and pillows. I didn't know that. But they have flags. I was always wondering where to buy flags. Never have so many flags that people ask me. And I thought, you know what? Showdown has flags. They are the best in the business when it comes to display items. Now, I'm back here with David Blaze again. Stop going it alone. You can be independent, become part of a buying group. There's 5 or 6 of these things, and a couple of them are just not worth a hoot. The other 3 are probably all right, but the one I recommend is the one that David is involved with. You can watch a little demo. It's smarteqp.com/Don. And it's about a 1.5-minute thing, tell you how this works. It's not very expensive at all. David can help you with some training, and he can also help you get better pricing. He is who I would go to for these buying programs. Now, you can find prospects by telling the truth. A lot of distributors and suppliers, they have to lie to get business. Well, I found the best way to get business is just to be honest. Suppliers who sell water, they go to great lengths trying to hide water quality. I want you to look at those two, the metal bottle and the Pure Life bottle. I've seen Aquafina and this Pure Life out. They're trying to pitch this as some kind of great water. Well, you know what? Look at that label. It says purified. That means that water was toilet water. It was sewer water at one time. And that is the truth because it was bought from a municipal water source. It's filtered and all that and will not kill you. You don't have to go buy a coffin after you drink it, but it does not taste good like Alexis Springs. Another big misnomer on this is Aquafina's come out with these metal containers. I bought that on the top of Pikes Peak in August, and I tried to refill that thing like they're recommending, and it dents up, and it's the nastiest thing. And they are doing this to make it look like metal containers can be usable, reusable, so you don't have to buy plastic. But you know what? If you think about it, making metal costs more than making plastic. Alexa Springs is up in Mount Ida. They make their own bottles in Mount Ida next to the spring water houses, and where they bottle the water, you're seeing at the top of the screen as you're seeing the bottles go down the line at the bottom of the screen. All these things are just illusions created by bottled water people, because distributors don't know the difference. Learn product differences, just like the water you're selling. Is it purified or is it spring water? Well, purified is carbon and micro filtered, blah blah blah, whatever that means, and it won't kill you. I mean, it's you can drink it, but it's not spring water. Spring water comes out of the ground. That spring is in Mount Ida, Arkansas. That's the best tasting water in America. Comes off of a national forest. And it drains off of a national forest way out in the country, and it is the best tasting water. Lose a bottled water order, it's cheaper. Ask the customer, was the bottled water you bought toilet water? They go, what are you talking about? Get you a chance to explain about Alexa Springs. There's a skip a column coupon on the screen. Know what you're talking about. Referrals should be a high percentage of your business. I am saying as much as 35%. That's what we used to have. Frequent order sellers depend on reorders. You're not going to sell a lot of orders unless you have people rebuying from you. That happens by providing them with great service, giving praise, contacting them often, getting personal, and offering ideas. You can get samples from info@quickie.com. Remember, we talked about how great Quickie was. Here's their best sellers on the left, and on the right is another cool flyer showing some calendar magnets and a neat little hang-on holiday offer. Stay in touch with people and you will get repeat orders. Now, there are 42 custom flyer choices, which you can include your logo on at Southern Plus. I've talked about Southern Plus before. They have a capability on their website where you can put your logo or straight line type on their flyers. They will send you back the image. It'll come back automatically to you. You can go to a copy place and run off a couple of hundred copies. Mail the heck out of these flyers to your customer in a repetitive manner. That is how you stay in touch with people. That is how you get new product ideas out, and it's how you get repeat business. I went too fast there on that slide, and I had a slide I was going to talk to you about Harvey Mackler at Gympire, who has some repetitive marketing programs, some already pre-made mailers that have a product in it. You can have those customized. I'm sorry I missed that, but the email for that will be at the end of the show where you can contact Harvey. I'm big into mailing now because it is a comeback marketing manner. Now, touches create referrals, what I've talked to you about. Gympire produces a complete line of business and holiday greeting cards. There are 3 examples on the screen. What I do every year is 2 days before Thanksgiving, I take some of these cards that I get from Harvey, holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and I buy a Lynn's Cleaning Cloths from Cloth Promotions. You can see at the top of the screen one I did for a holiday theme, which has me with little pictures of me when I went to see Santa as a kid. And then there is my original Lynn's Cleaning Cloth I use as a business card. I fold the cloths up. I don't put them in the plastic sleeves. I let them come out, fall out of the cards. When the customer or my friend opens up the card, they see the card, then the cloth falls out in their lap. I get a double hit on this. They see my card, they see my cloth. I mail these 2 days before Thanksgiving, so they get to my people on Friday after Thanksgiving. I do it because I know that I'll get 2 or 3 calls from customers that say, Don, can I get some of those cloths, or can you do me a last minute order on holiday cards? This is how you think out of the box. I've done this every year forever, and it works like a charm. And if you want a complete holiday card selling kit from Gympire, There are 2, 4, 6 different examples of cards that Harvey Mackler has. Harvey at Gempire.com. If you'd like to have these card samples, request them today and he can deliver. A lot of distributors don't know where to buy cards anymore. A lot of the paper product suppliers have gone out of business, but Harvey is there and you can email him for holiday card samples. Here is a great holiday coupon holiday catalog from Snugs. I love Snugs. They are a great supplier with some of the best products in the industry. The cover of their catalog is pitching Thermos. They're simply gift catalog. It has about 40 different pages in it. You can take that URL and email it to your customers, but they're showing Thermos on their cover. A lot of distributors are just obsessed with selling Yeti, which is a good product, but you don't make any money off of it and they can't deliver it. Don't sell Yeti, sell Thermos. You can get Thermos because Snugs has it. Snugs has a Traverse line, which is really cool products, high-end products like the Johnny Walker box, the overall print shirts. They've got these great little notebooks up at the top and the best backpacks that you have ever seen. Robes, towels, hospitality products. There's some really high-end drinkware they have. It's just a great catalog. The images and product quality are superb. It's something you can send to people, send to customers, and it will get you some holiday sales. Sticker U, I talk about every other webinar. I talk about Sticker U. The holidays this year will be bigger than ever, and stickers are a great product for holiday branding. Look at the 6 images on the screen, and you can see before and after. The before photos are pretty mundane, but after, look how cool those stickers are. They take those products, those items, and really brighten them up. And Sticker U even has decals, or they have stick-on products that will go on vehicles. Holiday labels make all things festive. The great thing about Sticker U is, you know how many you have to buy? Only 1 sticker. Great item, great product, great supplier. Now, have you ever sold a mouse pad for the holidays? Well, I haven't sold mouse pads lately. They kind of went away. Well, let me tell you what, they're a great holiday gift. ID Line has mouse pads. You can put a calendar on that mouse pad, give it to your customers, give it to your friends. In December, they will start using it immediately. It'll last all year long. When was the last time you sold a mouse pad? 2023 should be a year if you haven't been. Great product, great holiday gift. Janders at idline.com for a sample. Another perfect end of the year gift item are holiday ornaments by Berlicant. Remember I talked to you about Berlicant on the motorcycle kickstand pad products, and that they were an old line great supplier. Sales at Berlicant.com if you'd like to have a sample of custom made ornaments, or their snowflake. These things on a tree, the color bounces off the green on a tree, and man, they just show up and they look great. They last forever, easy to mail, and these will be bought by customers every year as they have to buy a different ornament yearly. Great repeat product. Now here's a great supplier, Symphony Seed Cards. I know Lori Felton, who works for them. No, she doesn't work with them. She owns the supplier. I met her 22 years ago at the Promotion Z show. She's out in Santa Fe. She has the coolest seed paper products you can ever see. She has, you've ever seen, she has vellum ornaments that pops on a tree. All you have to do is plant that thing in the soil and it's going to make a plant. How about that dollar bill there for banks, a seed paper dollar bill that they put the bank president's picture on with a Santa hat? How about that other ornament on top of it? How about seed paper wrapping paper? I've never sold that. I never even thought about that till I started working with Lori. Her products are absolutely magnificent. And she runs that supplier like you can't believe it. Most efficient supplier I think I've ever seen. Lori at seedcards.com. She can help you. She will never let you down. And they have the most creative products. Even when the holidays are over, they'll have Valentine's, then they'll have Easter products, Memorial Day products. She's always got something. She is ahead of the game. And I want to tell you, you've got to qualify before doing anything. I'm back on these Innovation Line badge retractors again, because it is something that if you haven't qualified your customer out and you don't know the facts, you're going to lose the order because somebody's going to be cheaper on the retractors. Well, here are some actual questions that distributors ask me. Everybody asked me for help. So somebody emailed me and said, which supplier has the best prices on to-go cups? I said, did you ask them what they were looking for? They said, no. Somebody said, I gave them a price and they say they need them cheaper. Well, what size do they need? If they want them cheaper, how small do they want them to be? Then somebody else will say, well, what quality are they looking for? Well, they say, I don't know. So distributors are out here working on orders. They don't know the quality for somebody that they want. They don't know the size. They're just selling generic products. It's just like these badge retractors. How many pulls do you want the retractor to run for? Well, obviously, I would want one that lasts the longest. That'd be Innovation Line. But some people will lose these orders on retractors because they don't care or know how many pulls they will take. Chris at innovation-line.com for badge retractor samples. Now, Apogee is my friend. John Gauci runs that supplier. I'm just putting this in here because I've got two great $50 off, $150 order coupons. The Apogee does one. They're like Sticker U. They do one. You don't have to buy 50. They don't buy generic awards from overseas. They make these awards in their factory. Every award is different. Every award is unique. And here are two great $50 off a first order sale. If you don't take advantage of that, you are missing a great opportunity. Remember, all you have to do is buy one. Now here's David Blaze again. I talked to you about on the pricing. He has some programs for sale to help you. Total Market Domination, which is a kit which will show you how to expand out your business. And if you're looking to expand, he has a promo sales hiring guide that will teach you how to hire and train distributors to come to work for you. Again, EQB buying opportunity. There's where you can watch the little demo, smarteqp.com, to find out how he can help you. Now, Speedy Suppliers make you a hero. I'm back on Sticker U here. They'll do one and they do it fast. They do iron-ons, labels, they do temporary tattoos, they do stickers, decals, pouches. But remember, all you gotta do is buy one. And another one-off supplier would be Logomats. Logomats will do one and Sticker U will do one. They'll do any kind of label or sticker you know. I'm going to end here and with Promo Social Post, free month of service. I trust Greg Blumstein. Greg at promosocialpost.com. What do you got to lose? He'll give you the first month for free. And if you're not trading out products and services with your vet, you're behind the curve. I have traded out products or services with my vet for 16 years. Even when my two older dogs passed away, Betty and Gracie lived to 14, I didn't have anything else to trade out. I told them the dogs are dead. I don't have anything to trade. They said, Don, we don't care. Keep doing our stuff and we'll pay you. So I turned that trade out customer, my vet, into a full paying customer. I just bringing this up because a lot of distributors don't understand that people they sell need to buy from them too, just like I talked to you about on the water. M. Wadsworth at logomatsllc.com for a sample. Now here's a list of all the email addresses from every supplier I've talked about. I think that they're all accurate. The one I really want to point out is the Smart EQP program at the top and Safety Green shirt samples at the bottom. That is Steve. If you will email him and ask him advice about selling safety programs or ask him about sending you a sample or giving some ideas. He's really a good guy and he knows what he's talking about. And there's Laurie at seedpaper.com for the seed paper. There's Snugs on their customer care program, customer care Snugsy. If you'd like to know about their holiday catalogs, umbrella samples, order entry at Southern Plus. Burlacamp, there's their sale, there's their email for the ornament samples. Harvey Mackler has got the holiday greet carpet card samples and the repetitive mailing program samples that I talked so fast I forgot about mentioning. Mousepad samples from Janders at idline.com. And there is Alex, distributorcentral.com. I am telling you, these are all great suppliers, and they're all people, not people suppliers you should be dealing with. And I made an error. It's not Alex at distributorcentral.com. I went in even and changed this, and I forgot to do it. I feel so bad about that. A. Garcia at distributorcentral.com. It's Alex Garcia, but it's A. Garcia at distributorcentral.com. I feel bad about that because I even went back and checked them and changed it, and I still did it wrong. I really want to appreciate you for listening today. I'll have another webinar next month. Look forward to talking to you. Like to have a replay of the webinar, email me, don@sellpromoproducts.com. And all I can say is I hope you have a great day, and thanks so much for listening.